Hey everyone, welcome back to the Talk Flora family. I'm Emma, and I am so incredibly happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Jack, and let me tell you, I am more than happy today. I am hungry. Emma, do you know what we're talking about?
I have a feeling I know exactly what's on your mind, Jack. Today, we are diving into a topic that everyone, and I mean everyone, loves. We're talking about food.
Oh, yes, my favorite subject. You know, Emma, I was thinking this morning, food is like a universal language. You can go anywhere in the world, and even if you don't speak the local language perfectly, if you can talk about a good meal, you've made a friend.
That is so true, Jack. Food isn't just about fuel for our bodies. It's about culture, it's about our childhood memories, and it's about those warm moments we share with people we love. But for our English learners out there, talking about food can actually be a little bit scary sometimes.
Wait, why scary? Food is delicious.
Well, think about it. When someone asks, "What's your favorite food?" most beginners just say, "I like pizza," or "I like rice." And then the conversation just stops. It dies. They want to say more. They want to describe that amazing smell or that crunchy texture, but the words just won't come out.
Ah, I see what you mean. It's like having a delicious meal in front of you, but no fork to eat it with. You have the feeling, but you don't have the tools. Well, that is exactly why we are here today. By the end of this conversation, you won't just be saying, I like pizza. You'll be describing the cheese, the crust, the memories, everything.
Exactly. We're going to help you move past those simple textbook sentences and start speaking like a real person. We'll cover how to describe tastes, how to order in a restaurant, how to talk about things you don't like, politely, of course, and even some fun English idioms that use food words.
I'm ready. My stomach is growling, which is a perfect sign to start. So, Emma, let's kick things off. I'll ask you the big question. What is your absolute favorite food?
Oh, Jack, you're putting me on the spot. If I have to be honest, it has to be sushi. I know, it's not for everyone, but for me, it's perfect.
Sushi, really? I mean, I like it, but it's so small. I feel like I have to eat 50 pieces to feel full.
That's the point, Jack. It's about the quality, not just the quantity. I love sushi because it's so fresh. When you see a beautiful piece of salmon or tuna on that perfectly seasoned rice, it looks like a work of art. And the taste. It's light, it's a little bit salty from the soy sauce, and then you get that kick of heat from the wasabi. It just feels clean and healthy.
Okay, you're selling it well. I can see the work of art part. For me, though, I'm a bit more old school. If you ask me what I'm craving on a Friday night, it's always going to be a burger. But not just any burger, a massive, juicy cheeseburger with melted cheddar, crispy lettuce, and maybe some caramelized onions.
Oh, wow, Jack. I can almost smell it. See, everyone? Look at what Jack just did there. He didn't just say, "I like burgers." He used words like juicy, melted, and crispy.
Exactly. Those are the flavor words of English. If you want people to really understand why you love a food, you have to use those adjectives. Emma, let's give our friends at home some more of those words they can use right now.
Great idea. Let's start with the basics. If something has a lot of sugar, like a donut or a cake, we call it sweet.
And if it has a lot of salt, like potato chips or crackers, it's salty.
What about that feeling when your mouth is on fire, like after a hot curry?
That's spicy. Or if you want to sound really natural, you can say it has a kick. Like this salsa really has a kick.
I love that. It has a kick. That's a very common way to say it's hot. Now, what about things that aren't sweet, like bread or pasta or meat? We use a special word for that, savory.
Savory. That's a good one. It means it's salty and flavorful, but in a deep, satisfying way, like a slow-cooked beef stew. That is definitely savory.
And don't forget sour. Think of a fresh lemon or a green apple, that sharp, tangy taste.
Ugh, just thinking about lemons makes my mouth water in a weird way. But you know, Emma, it's not just about the taste, it's about the feeling in your mouth. We call that the texture.
Oh, texture is huge. Like, why do people love fried chicken so much?
Because it's crunchy or crispy, that sound it makes when you bite into it. Crunch. If fried chicken was soft and soggy, nobody would want it.
Exactly. So crunchy and crispy are for hard things. But what about the opposite? What about a perfect steak or a piece of slow-cooked chicken?
We call that tender. If the meat is tender, it means it's soft and easy to eat. It almost melts in your mouth. On the other hand, if it's hard to eat, we say it's tough.
Nods. You definitely don't want a tough steak. That's a bad dinner. And then there's creamy. Think of mashed potatoes with lots of butter or a thick chocolate mousse. It feels smooth and rich.
Rich is a great word too. It means the food is very heavy and full of flavor, usually because it has a lot of butter, cream, or chocolate. You can't eat a huge amount of rich food because you get full very fast.
So let's try to put these into a sentence for everyone. Instead of, I like chocolate cake, you could say, I love chocolate cake because it is so rich and creamy.
Or, I love these chips because they are so salty and crunchy.
See? That's already 100% better than a basic sentence. It makes me want to eat what you're talking about.
It really does. But Emma, you mentioned something earlier that I think is really important. You said food is about memories.
It really is. For most of us, our favorite food is linked to a person or a place. For example, why do I love pasta so much? It's because my grandmother used to make it every Sunday. The whole house would smell like garlic and tomatoes. Now, whenever I eat spaghetti, I feel like I'm 10 years old again, sitting in her kitchen.
That is so beautiful. We actually have a name for that in English. We call it comfort food.
Yes, comfort food. It's the food you eat when you're sad or tired or just want to feel at home. It makes you feel safe.
My comfort food is definitely grilled cheese and tomato soup. My mom used to make it for me whenever it was raining outside. To this day, if I see rain, I start looking for bread and cheese. It's like a reflex.
I love that. So, to our listeners, think about this. What is your comfort food? Does it remind you of your mom, your dad, a special holiday? When you tell a story like that in English, people stop listening to your grammar and start listening to your heart.
That's a deep thought, Emma. Listening to your heart. I love that. And it's true. If you make a small grammar mistake while telling a beautiful story about your grandmother's cooking, nobody cares. They are too busy imagining the delicious food.
Exactly. So don't be afraid. Now, Jack, let's pivot a little bit. We've talked about what we love, but what happens when we go out to eat? Because ordering in a restaurant is where a lot of learners get really nervous.
Oh, for sure. You're sitting there, the waiter is looking at you, and suddenly you forget every English word you ever learned.
It happens to the best of us, but it's actually much simpler than you think. You don't need to be fancy. Jack, let's role play a little bit. You be the waiter, and I'll be the customer.
You got it. I'll put on my professional waiter voice. Good evening. Welcome to the Talk Flora Cafe. Are you ready to order, or do you need a few more minutes?
Hi, I think I'm ready. Could I have the garden salad to start, please?
Of course. And for your main course?
I'd like the grilled salmon with a side of steamed vegetables.
Great choice. Would you like anything to drink with that?
Just water for me, thank you. Oh, and could I get the dressing on the side?
Certainly. I'll bring that right out for you.
And scene. See? Did you notice the phrases I used? I didn't say I want. I want is a bit too direct and can sound a little bit rude in English.
Yeah, I want is for toddlers. As adults, we use I'd like or could I have, and we always add please at the end.
Right. I'd like is just a shorter way of saying I would like. It's very polite. And did you notice my special request? I asked for the dressing on the side.
That's a pro tip right there. If you don't want your salad to be soaking wet with sauce, you ask for it on the side. You can do that with anything. Could I have the sauce on the side? Or could I have the butter on the side?
And what if you hate onions, Jack? How do you say that without being difficult?
Simple. You just say, without, please. For example, I'd like the burger, but without onions, please. Or, I'll take the coffee, but no sugar, please.
Exactly. And if you have an allergy, that is very important to say. You can say, I'm allergic to, for example, I'm allergic to nuts. The waiter will be very careful once you say that.
Definitely. Now, Emma, let's talk about a slightly awkward situation. What if the food comes, you take a bite, and it's not good, or it's cold, or it's the wrong order? What do you do?
That's the hardest part. Most people just stay silent and eat the cold food because they're too shy to speak up, but you can be polite and still get what you paid for.
Right, you don't have to be mean. You can just say, "Excuse me."
Yes, always start with "excuse me." Then you can say, "I think there's a mistake," or "My food is a little bit cold. Could you heat it up for me, please?"
Or if it's the wrong dish entirely, "Excuse me, I think I ordered the pasta, but this is the pizza." Usually, the waiter will be very happy to fix it for you.
Exactly. It's all about the tone of your voice. If you are friendly and use please and thank you, people are happy to help.
Now, speaking of being polite, Emma, what if you're at a friend's house? They've cooked a big meal for you, and they ask, "How is it?" But maybe you don't really like it. What do you say?
Oh, the polite lie. Well, you don't have to lie, but you can focus on the positive. You can say, "It's very interesting," or "I can really taste the herbs."
It's very interesting is a classic. That usually means I've never tasted anything this weird before.
But honestly, the best thing to say is "Thank you so much for cooking for me." Even if the food isn't your favorite, you can appreciate the effort. And if you do love it, don't be shy. Say, "This is delicious," or "You've outdone yourself." That's a great phrase that means you did an even better job than usual.
You've outdone yourself. I'm going to use that next time you bring those brownies to the office, Emma.
Deal. Now, Jack, I want to talk about some phrases that aren't about ordering, but about how we feel about food. Like, have you ever been so hungry you feel like you could eat a whole cow?
Every single day at 12 p.m. In English, we have a funny idiom for that. I'm starving.
Yes, I'm starving. It doesn't mean you are actually dying of hunger. It just means you are very, very hungry. Or you can say, "I'm famished." That's a slightly fancier word for the same thing.
And what about when you really want one specific thing? Like right now, I really, really want a chocolate donut.
We use the word craving. I am craving a chocolate donut. It means your brain is stuck on one food and won't let go.
I have a craving for pizza at least 3 times a week. It's a problem.
And on the other side, when you finish that pizza and you can't take another bite,
I'm stuffed. I'm stuffed is a very common informal way to say you are very full. It's like your stomach is a suitcase and you've packed it too tight.
I'm stuffed. I love that. Now let's move on to some idioms. English is full of food idioms that have nothing to do with actually eating.
Oh, I love these. They make you sound so much more like a native speaker. Let's start with my favorite, a piece of cake.
That's a classic. If something is a piece of cake, it means it is very, very easy. For example, learning this vocabulary with Jack and Emma is a piece of cake.
I hope so. What's another one?
How about to spill the beans?
Oh, that means to tell a secret. If I tell you a secret and you tell everyone else, you spilled the beans.
And what about someone who is very calm and relaxed, even in a stressful situation?
We say they are cool as a cucumber. I have no idea why cucumbers are cool, but it sounds great. Emma was cool as a cucumber during her big presentation.
I wish. And here's one for the workers out there to bring home the bacon.
That means to earn money for your family. He works 2 jobs to bring home the bacon.
And one more. This one is very common when you have too much work to do and you feel stressed.
I have a lot on my plate. This is a perfect one because it uses the image of a dinner plate. If your plate is too full of food, it's hard to eat. If your plate is too full of tasks, it's hard to work.
These are so fun. Let's do a quick recap for our friends. Repeat after us. A piece of cake. Spill the beans. Cool as a cucumber. Bring home the bacon. A lot on my plate.
Great job, everyone. You're sounding more natural already. Now, Emma, let's get back to actual food for a second. We've talked about eating out, but what about cooking at home? Are you a good cook?
Honestly, Jack, I'm okay. I can follow a recipe, but sometimes I get distracted and I burn things.
Oh no, burning the dinner is the worst. I'm actually a pretty decent cook. I love to experiment in the kitchen. I don't usually follow recipes exactly. I like to add a little of this, a little of that. A pinch of salt here, a dash of pepper there.
Oh, listen to you. A pinch and a dash. Those are great words for cooking. A pinch is what you can hold between your thumb and finger. A dash is just a quick shake of a bottle.
Exactly. And I love to sauté vegetables. That's a fancy word for frying them quickly in a little bit of oil.
Sauté. Very fancy, Jack. I usually just boil my vegetables or steam them. Boiling is in hot water and steaming is just using the vapor from the water. It's much healthier.
It is, but you know what's not healthy but tastes amazing? Deep fried food.
Oh, I know. Like French fries or fried chicken. We call that greasy food sometimes. It means it has a lot of oil. It's delicious, but it's definitely a guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. That's a great phrase. It's something you love, but you feel a little bit bad about because you know it's not the best for you. My guilty pleasure is definitely late night tacos.
Mine is dark chocolate. I could eat it every single day, but hey, it's good for the soul, right?
Absolutely. You know, Emma, another thing I've noticed when people talk about food in English is that they sometimes use the word bland. Do you want to explain what that means?
Oh, bland is not a compliment. If food is bland, it means it has no flavor. It's boring. It needs more salt or more spices or just more love.
More love. I like that. So if you're at a restaurant and the soup tastes like plain water, you might say to your friend, "This soup is a bit bland."
But you wouldn't say that to the chef. That would be rude.
No, definitely not. Keep that between you and your friends. Now, Emma, we've covered so much. We've talked about adjectives, textures, ordering food, idioms, and even cooking.
We have. I feel like our listeners are becoming food experts. But before we go, I want to do one more thing. I want to talk about how to describe a meal from start to finish. Let's imagine we just went to a great new restaurant.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's describe the experience.
First, when we walked in, the atmosphere was very cozy. The lights were low and there was nice music.
And the service was excellent. The waiter was very attentive, which means he checked on us often but wasn't annoying.
Then, for the appetizers, those are the small dishes you eat before the main meal, we had these crispy spring rolls. They were so flavorful.
Then, for the main course, I had the spicy noodles. They were mouth-watering. That's a great word, isn't it? It means the food looks or smells so good that your mouth actually starts producing saliva.
Mouth-watering. I love that word. And for dessert, we shared a rich chocolate cake. It was the perfect end to the meal.
And finally, when the bill came, we decided to split the check. That means we each paid for half.
I like that part. Splitting the check is very common when you go out with friends.
It really is. Wow, Emma, I feel like I've learned a lot just talking to you today. I hope our friends at home feel the same way.
I hope so too. Remember, everyone, the goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to share your experience. If you can tell someone why you love a certain dish, you are already successful in English.
Exactly. Don't worry about the small mistakes. Just focus on the flavor of your conversation.
That's a perfect way to put it, Jack. The flavor of the conversation. Now we have a little challenge for everyone watching.
Ooh, I love challenges. What is it?
I want you to go to the comments right now and tell us two things. One, what is your favorite food? And two, why? Try to use at least one of the adjectives we talked about today. Is it crunchy? Is it savory? Is it spicy?
Or tell us about your comfort food. Does it remind you of your home? We promise to read your comments and reply to as many as we can. We love hearing your stories.
We really do. It makes our day. And if you enjoyed this conversation, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow so we can keep making these lessons for you.
And don't forget to subscribe to Talk Flora. We have so many more fun topics coming up. We want to help you feel confident and happy whenever you speak English.
That's right. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. You are doing an amazing job. Learning a language is a journey, and every step you take brings you closer to your goals.
You've got this. Go out there, eat some delicious food, and practice your English.
Until next time, I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack.
Keep practicing, keep smiling.
And keep eating.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.